Hey there, everyone. This is Cow playing Slay the Princess. Let's reread this here. Meet your equal in combat. Maybe I need to unchain you. So let's try that. We're gonna go down the tower path. I'm actually gonna go pretty quick through this, I think. Except instead of just giving up immediately, we keep up the fight. Like, maybe that's gonna do it?
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
And then for the last sticker, I think it's Path of the Tower.
Is a princess.
Except you resist once you get into, like,
You're
mind
here
control.
to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
Well, yeah,
of the
I'll go
world.
pretty fast up to there. Like I'm going to click some things here, but, yeah.
Don't mention it.
It's gonna do it.
It's all part of the job. It's all part of the manipulation.
I wonder how your response here actually matters.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had
There's
any
nothing
visitors.
funny about hi.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Isn't very becoming.
I'm pretty sure this is the same as when I did... Yeah, so... What happens if I do this?
You ignore the trembling in your hands.
Can
and
we still
tighten your grip on the
have a
blade.
chat?
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your
Because I can't just attack. It should stop me from just
We're talking
attacking.
then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I might have made a mistake immediately,
I'm
but...
probably changed
But it's
to
just
this
weird that
basement
you
for a
have to
reason,
drop it,
right?
though.
And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Like, I want to talk. I want to talk and get a chance to open the chain, but not drop the blade first. I'm just gonna tell her I'm not dropping the
Then
blade.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
She squints back.
We're squinting.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
I'm ready. I'm ready to do that. Oh yeah.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
And it's going to be her. Oh, fine.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Alright, I'll try to speak talk to where we can
Against your
just
better
look at that
judgment,
chain.
You step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
I feel like I should be able to approach harm, though.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
It is not
You're
forgotten.
going to need it.
It is not
So
forgotten.
here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Because if she knows that I know that she can end the world, then she can end the world. But if she doesn't, then she doesn't. Alright, this feels kind of random and out of nowhere.
You can't. Don't bother.
But I know enough
I'm
about the
guessing
game
you
structure
don't have the key then.
that, you
I'm sure
know.
there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Alright.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Well, that's how we get the blade
She
back in
is.
our hand.
I'm sure of it.
So.
Don't. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs.
Alright, she's
This
still
would have been
hanging.
so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
I've done that before.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Sounds great.
You won't like what happens if you do
I
that.
might like what happens if I do that.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm.
I told myself I'd be speeding through this a little bit, except I'm totally not. I'm still just watching the whole
Free from her
thing.
bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Alright.
How is
Now
she
we
so
fight.
composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
I don't have a choice?
No, we won't have
Okay,
any
yeah.
of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just
So
do
resisting here is clearly
Watch.
going to be a thing. Or warning her is clearly going to be a thing. But I want aggro.
that. Bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Fine.
Alright, now don't give up, buddy.
Okay. There's no going back now.
Don't give up.
Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you.
Alright.
Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one.
I want to see you try.
But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Okay.
Thank you. Swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready.
Oh,
for it.
man.
She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice.
Her eyes are huge here.
You drop
Oh.
the blade
I need that.
pathetically.
That was pretty pathetic.
She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker.
Ah, so this
There's
part
a
is
ringing
the
in your
same.
ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again.
This is the same.
Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this,
It is.
right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I mean, even if we go back to the tower, it's fine, because we got room to grow from the tower. Okay. Okay, so that was still a tower path.
You're on a path.
Just at
in the woods,
all.
And at the end of that
Going
path
down
is
the
a cabin.
path of talking to her and
And in the
trying
basement of
to
that cabin
open her,
is a princess.
like free her, leads to the tower. I swear, one day I'm gonna funnel my way to a pact of aggression. But not today.
You're here to slay her.
Alright.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We're bringing the knife, and, we'll see what happens.
I can assure you that you're not dead. Yes, I don't have a say here.
That's right, Broken. You don't. Like, I wonder if it's another small
The
choice
interior
somewhere
of the
that did
cabin
the
is
thing.
larger
I don't
and
know.
more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Still pretty good.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we
Alright.
feel so small?
Because everything here is
We don't
massive.
feel small. We are small.
It's like oversized.
You take the blade
Hey.
from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Alright. Anything to see
Walk
here?
up to the wall next to the basement door.
It's a
It's a
wall.
wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Whoa.
Reach forward and rub your hand against
You
the
wiped
cabinet.
so hard that
I
you
hope
cleaned
know
away
how
the mirror.
ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Alright.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Spiral
revealing a
staircase.
This is still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you,
Sup?
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Alright, so let's see if we can resist.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
No.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
What?
It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Didn't I say that I was...
We didn't drop it.
Yeah.
We decided to grip it tighter.
Yeah.
remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us?
She cheated.
I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Yeah, I can understand. It's annoying.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
I'm not sure why crushing my wrists give you so much more power.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death?
I guess this is what it's like to be a metal slime.
Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
No.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
It's what she wants. No objections here.
Yeah, no, yeah.
She's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Huh. Yeah, no, I think these are always just
You
not
reach
available.
forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Wow, you sound actually happy.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway. You can feel
That's pretty good.
tension
What? What
building
was
in
that
the
sound?
world as you slowly rise to your
I guess
feet,
it's the creaking
like
tension.
two foes forced into an unhappy truce.
Kinda used to that.
The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
How does that help you accomplish anything?
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
That leaves it pretty vague.
Oh, your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
That's pretty good. Say the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lung.
The way the hand moves while holding the knife is so good. Like every time animation at all happens, it stands out.
Sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice.
I'm deflating.
Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's true, like the narrator is the narrator, but doesn't force us to do anything. That's... He has the power of words, but he doesn't have the power to, like,
It's what she
make
wants.
us. I think this is mostly Broken's fault, honestly.
You, heroic one, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god.
And yeah, that knife is getting in there.
It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Ah! I don't have a push forward, but I do have a slay the princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle
Jesus.
to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
Oh, sorry there, buddy.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat.
Oh,
The
man.
princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Stab that hand.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows
That's
you
true.
have what it takes to put an end to her.
I agree.
Seize the moment before it's too late.
Let's do this.
No.
Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react.
All right.
The wind of your
Yo!
freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding
Like,
defiance.
I think we're seeing bone here, which is not nothing.
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees.
You like that word, don't you?
But you don't give her any time to
Wow.
Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
Wow.
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
Man,
We can do this, can't we?
we are doing
You
this.
always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
That's right. You can beg for forgiveness, princess.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow,
Rude.
the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
She's using her superpower of being gigantic.
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror.
Yeah,
and
that's
disgust.
right. That's right. I will slay God.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
Fascinating. There's not. They completely removed her reverb. She's just talking like a normal person. Because I don't see her as being the top of the top anymore. I see her as something failable. And so she is becoming failable.
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch.
Why are you still here?
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Aside from the pain.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
Oh, man.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something, I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
But it does not end.